Yo, what is going on, people? It's your boy, the one and only Natster, live and directing in full effect. And yeah, we're going to have a few more guests incoming. Definitely one more, maybe two. But like and subscribe, road to 100 subs. We've got one live viewer at the moment. I'm sure that will go up in the meantime. No worries about that. No drama, no problema. Unlike the game today, especially at the end. And we'll get into that. But first and foremost, I'm going to introduce a special guest. He's been on my channel before. It is Lawrence, aka once a Gooner, always a Gooner. Been an Arsenal fan since 1968. Did I get that right, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Nice one, yeah, because I want to get those finer details right. Unlike Lego Head, unlike fucking Lego Head, yeah, celebrating second. Don't celebrate second, guys. Don't settle for second place, guys. Let's freaking go again, guys. With that same old fucking bollocks. But anyway, how you doing, brother?
I just want the season to end, mate. I couldn't. I watched that game today, and I just couldn't get into it whatsoever. You know, in fact, I was hoping that Newcastle were going to batter us today, and thanks to David Raya, they almost did in the first half. The way he was giving the ball away. But, you know, I just want this season done and dusted. You know, I mean, why people are jumping up and down because we've now qualified for the Champions League again, because we're certain of a top 5 finish. I don't know. There's nothing to celebrate. This season has been a disaster, and it's all down to that clown of a manager at the end of the day. They didn't show the lap of honour out here at the end, so I don't know what was said. I got a text from Darren saying he was saying stuff like, we weren't concentrating on the domestic cup competitions, which doesn't surprise me at all. And next week is the final weekend of the season. Excuse me. And out here, what they do is they, excuse me, they show all 10 games at the same time, because the channel out here that has the rights to show the games out here in the States, they've got a whole plethora of different channels. And guess what channel the Southampton Arsenal game is on?
Tell me, bro.
It's on the channel that's the science fiction channel.
There you go.
There's a channel. The irony. The irony.
Yeah, Discovery Channel. Discover what second place feels like.
Yeah, this channel they're showing the game next week on normally shows Star Trek and Doctor Who and all that shit.
Does it show Captain
But they're going to be
Scarlet?
showing our game in Southampton next Sunday.
Lawrence,
can you add and believe it?
Yeah, do they show Captain Scarlet with Captain Black looking ass motherfucker on there and shit, the Mr. Ons and that?
No, that's on a different channel though. That's on a cartoon channel, which is bad enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean the irony of it. They're showing our game next week on the Sci-Fi channel. You couldn't make this shit up. But yeah, I'm done with this season now. I'm totally done.
Yeah. I wanted us to lose today. I'm not gonna lie. And if it wasn't for that in the first half, like you said, it would have happened. I think I put a comment in Lee's stream. He put it up earlier today during the game, and I didn't realize this act wasn't available until I started watching the game. I've seen it from start to finish, basically 100 minutes. Yeah, and there was no Joe Linton as well. And as the game went on, Basically, what I'm talking about is the second half. Because the first half, it should have been a slaughterhouse. Because it was they just lacked that clinical edge. But then in the second half, they lost kind of that midfield control. Like Bruno Guimaraes was trying to do everything. Tonali wasn't quite at it. It wasn't horrible, but not his usual self. Do you know what I'm saying? And he likes to make those runs. And he's got a few goals for Newcastle this season. So I was a bit disappointed in him. But the fact that there was no Joel Linton, they missed him. They missed him today, big time, with that physicality. Because our players, it was weird. It's like first half they couldn't be fucked. Second half, because they were like, the manager drilling it into them, pause, at half time. Oh, do not drop second place, guys. We can't allow fans like Nadster. We can't allow fans like Lawrence Ligona, Northside, to say that we've regressed. Well, we're going to say that anyway, because we have. Crystal fucking Palace have won a trophy this season. Newcastle, we played today, we know have already won a trophy. Chelsea are in the conference final. When do they play? What, next Wednesday? This Wednesday, Man United or Tottenham could win the Europa League. Embarrassing. That is the real disgrace. That's what I'm saying, bruv. A disgrace.
Yeah.
And what I saw there today, they couldn't be fucked for 45 minutes. And then in the second half, especially like once it got past the sort of like 50, 55 minute mark, got the goal just before around the 60th mark, give or take. Great goal, by the way. Great goal. But again, too little, too late. No pressure FC when it doesn't matter. Where was this against Bournemouth? Where was this against Brentford? Where was this against Newcastle? Home and away. When was this against Man United in the FA Cup? When they were 10 man down, bruv. 10 man down. Yeah? West Ham at home. Need I say any more on that shit? It's errors after errors after errors. Neglect after neglect after neglect. It's a disgrace. Because, truth be told, I'm not really that fussed about, going in depth into the game. Because I just summed it up in a couple of minutes. I'm more concerned about what happened after the game. After the game. Yeah. Let's fucking get into that shit. I'll let you start, bro. I'll let you start.
Yeah, so I mean, as I said, they didn't show it out here. I'm just going by what Darren texted me. So, I mean, I thought the biggest embarrassment today, I think, is people actually spending 120 quid on that new shirt that we're going to be wearing next season, which is, I mean, I don't know if you saw the post I sent you. It's just a rip-off of a baseball shirt.
Is that the Oklahoma one?
The Oklahoma one.
Yeah, is that red one that you sent me?
It's a knockoff. And it's 120 quid for that shit. And the sad thing is there are mugs in our fan base that are going to buy it.
Igal bought it. He wasn't wearing the Arsenal top before he got to the game because he went to the game today. Yeah, Lee Gunner posted it on his stream. It's from Twitter or X, either way. And then as soon as he's in the stadium, we see him with that Arsenal shirt. Sums up this fan base. And I want to say this very quick before you go on, right? At full time, there was a good number of empty seats, and big up to every single one of you that left. That left is just like, nah, fuck this lap of shame, because we're gonna get in depth into that shit. Fuck that. Everyone else, cowards, spineless, no standards, no cojones, aka no bollocks, disgrace. Most of you are cucks, bruv. You just take it and take it and take it and accept this bullshit year after year after year. I'm glad they panned to Berta. Berta was just like sarcastically just like, well, this is what we're doing here. He's got a hell of a job to do, but he's not going to be able to do it in one transfer window. That's why I'm giving him 3. This summer, January, and then next summer for next season, because we know this manager's going to be here at the start of the season. I know that. I'm just hoping that he's able to pull the trigger when results start going down like this. And I reckon it will by Christmas time, which is why I said he will get, he will, and you've said it as well, Lawrence, he will get potted by Christmas. 6 years anniversary, right? Bye-bye. See you later. I want him frog marched out of London fucking Colney like they done David D. Because this manager has taken us backwards. I never wanted this cunt in the first place. He was a rookie-ass manager. Now, I'm not even going to call him a rookie manager. He's been managing for 6 years. 6 years. 800 million, very nearly, pounds spent.
Yeah.
And this is what we got. Jorginho, given the captain's armband when Pillowfoot went off, waddled off like a bitch. Jorginho's leaving. We knew that like last week or a week before. Either way, it's a disgrace. Well, at least Tierney got a run out. Yay! At least we got Kieran Tierney. Give him a send off. Why didn't he get the fucking captain's armband? He's been here longer than Jorginho. He's got more of a winner's mentality mindset. I don't care if Jorginho's won the Champions League. There have been enough bang average players that have won serious major honours. You'll know a lot more than I do, especially pre-noughties and even 90s. I'll give you one. Kleberson. And Kleberson would walk this Premier League, by the way, that midfielder, because he won the fucking World Cup with Brazil, with the real Ronaldo. Most of you call him R9. I don't, because there's only one Ronaldo, and that's Ronaldo El Fenomeno, bro. Ronaldo Nazario. Then you got Ronaldinho before he hit his prime. Just before, and even then he was wicked. Yeah? Roberto Carlos, right? All of them, man, yeah? That is levels, bro. He won a fucking World Cup. Years later, you got Giroud. Now, Giroud flattered to deceive at Arsenal. But as soon as he left, or just before he left, there or thereabouts, yeah? Wins a fucking World Cup with France. And the older he got, the better footballer he became. So even then, he wasn't bang average. He was good, but he weren't amazing. Do you see what I mean? So there's a debate where can you even really count him? But Kleberson's the number one. I'm sure you can think of a few players that have won like Champions League, World Cup, Euros that were bang average, but because they were surrounded by proper ballers, bro. Yeah. Some world-class players around them and manager, you know, carry them or get them over the line either way, drag them through it, because that's what real players, that's what proper managers do. What do? As soon as that final whistle went, Arteta's like hugging and yeah, and all of that. Fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. It's a disgrace. It's beyond a joke now. This club standards is in the gutter. It's in the absolute fucking gutter. Why am I going to waste not just your time, but my time or anyone else's time? Big up the elite world-class chat. I'll get to the chats in a second. Don't worry. I will get to the chats, right? Yeah? Why would I waste anyone's time, including my own, on a match reaction, on a game that was meant to matter more if we actually challenged like we did last season, even though we fucked that up? We fucked it up the year before when we were 8 points clear. And even after that win, because Liverpool got to play on Monday, isn't it? Monday. Yeah, I've forgotten who they were playing.
Brighton.
Sorry? Right, okay, they're playing Brighton, yeah? They'll probably win that. I know they lost to Chelsea, but they'll probably win that. So that gap is going from 12 to probably 15 if they win that, and I reckon they will. But even if it is 12-point gap at the end of the season, it's an embarrassment. We were 2 points behind City. If we'd done what we needed to do, we would have won the league last season. The year before that, we should have coasted the league. There or thereabouts. City being 5 points behind. Didn't happen. This season, Liverpool won it against fucking Tottenham. Against fucking Tottenham at home. Yeah? It's embarrassing. colossal ass fuck ups, time after time after time after time again. And all them fans in the stadium have some fucking shame, you fucking cunts.
Yeah.
Have some shame, right? If that's the standard, fuck off to Barnet. Fuck off to Boreham Wood. And I'm not even sure they'll take your raggedy cupped asses, right? Spurs won't take you. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell us, don't tell me, the likes of Lawrence, Jez, Kenny Ken, DJB, Aaron, Guns, Rashid, Northside, Views, Carl, Shane, Carl Walsh. It was over by Halloween. Best believe that. It was absolutely fucking spot on, mate. Yeah? Don't tell any of us to fuck off to Spurs. Yeah? When we ain't won shit again. But you want to troll Man City because Palace have won their first major trophy. Stay humble, eh? Stay humble, eh? Why don't you be fucking humble? You fucking little pricks. How about that? Yeah? How about that? Right? City have been serial winners since the 2016-17 season. That was the last time they were trophyless. So one season they haven't won anything. All of a sudden you want to troll. You want to give the fake standards. You want to banter. Yeah? That ain't banter. That's bullshit, bro. And you ain't good at it. None of you fuckers are. Yeah? What I saw with the gal with the new Arsenal kit, among others, that stayed at the end, clapping all the players. You notice how I haven't seen the images, but I did see Kieran Tierney because I was watching it on Sky Sports, right? They basically they panned to Kieran Tierney, and yeah, he's leaving. Good luck to you, mate. I'm sure Celtic will welcome you with open arms, right? You can start winning again. Proper football club, right? Proper football club for a proper fucking player. Should have been captain. Instead, we gave it to Wodegaard, missing guard, Gibraltar guard, Nick and the living guard. I don't have a fucking Scooby-Doo what I'm doing guard. Not flick guard, fraud and deception guard, and so on. And so on. Yeah? Apparently, Saliba, he's clocked out. Ethan and Miles Lewis-Skelly, they've pretty much clocked out. And that's the Project Youth. Remember that? Oh, Project Youth. Go on, man.
Well, Saliba was injured apparently in the first half. He got subbed off. There again, another central defender injured. You couldn't make this shit up.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, it's an absolute disgrace.
I've got to tell you something. I don't know if you heard about this, but I appeared on Views on Sports channel earlier last week, and this dickhead from another YouTube channel gatecrashed our discussion. His name was James, and his show is the Football Banter Locker or the Football Locker Banter. I don't know if you heard of it.
I've heard a channel, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, right. So this dickhead, I swear he must be the British version of Igal. He's got bum fluff. He talks like he thinks he's a rapper. He was trying to convince me and Views that he was 36 years old, but he sounded like a 12-year-old brat.
Sounds familiar.
And he had the characteristics of Igal. He had to shout over me when I was talking, and it was always everything ended with bro. That's one thing. That's one of my pet peeves, when somebody I don't know calls me bro. Right, I really hate that. And this dickhead was saying that he knew everything about Arsenal, and then he came out with a classic comment. I mean, you're not going to believe this, but he said in his words that the Cronkies are the best American owners in English football. And he was serious about it. I thought he was winding me up, but he was serious. And this is what's wrong with this fan base, because we've got dickheads like him spouting this shit, right, because they believe it. They think this clown Arteta founded this club in 2019. They don't realise that this club's been around much longer than that Spanish clown. This club's been around since 1886. It's going to be 140 years old next year. And just like this Spanish clown, this dickhead thinks he's bigger than the club. You know, I don't know how many times I've got to say this. Nobody is bigger than Arsenal Football Club. Not any of us, not you, not me, not Eagle, not this dickhead James, not Views on Sport, Aaron, Darren,
Rory talks bollocks.
Rashid.
Actually saw him on the tube when I was going
Yeah,
on the way with my brother to the Bournemouth game, bruv. Like,
yeah.
granted, he was taller than I
Christian,
thought he'd be, but that doesn't matter, bruv. Like, yeah, he was
yeah. But
clocked in
no
through his
one,
phone, rotted, bruv.
but
Go
no
on,
one
sorry.
is bigger than this football club. Sorry, nobody's bigger than this football club, right? Because when we all pass on to the other side, this club will still be around. And this is the problem we've got with this arsehole of a manager, because he believes he's bigger than the club, right? And as long as he's got these deluded AKB ostriches, and people say, why do you call them AKB? Because when Wenger was on his way out, we had these same people backing him, and it was AKB, Arsenal knows best. And these people have returned as Arteta knows best. That's AKB. That's why I call them deluded AKB ostriches, because like an ostrich, they've got their heads buried in the sand because they cannot face reality. They live in a fantasy world. They wear their Arteta tinted specs, which they refuse to take off because they are scared to admit that their Messiah is a failure. You
He's a
know,
fraud, bro.
as Craig Burley said on ESPN, most Arsenal fans are a mirror image of the club itself. They are spineless cowards with weak mentalities because they accept failure for success because they're failures themselves in life. That's what they are. They are quite happy to finish second, third, fourth, fifth, rather than to win an actual trophy. And yesterday, with due respect to Crystal Palace, I watched a team who basically played like a pub team, right? You know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Crystal Palace, but that's what they are. They are a pub team, right? And they've got a manager that's only been in the job for 2 years, and he's already won them their first major trophy.
Yeah, what faith is
And we've got
Oliver
this,
Glasner in?
yeah, and we've got this clown who's supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread, according to everyone, because he's good at putting cones on the floor. He's the best in the business. He's been in the job for almost 6 years now. And apart from one FA Cup that he was lucky to win, because the team he inherited was not even his side. He has done absolutely fuck all. He's sacrificed every cup competition that he's participated in, you know. You don't get a trophy for getting knocked out in the semi-finals. You don't get a trophy for getting knocked out of the third round. You don't get a trophy for finishing second, third, or fourth in the league. And I wish people in this fan base would wake up instead of acting like that junkie or that gambler or that that smoker. They're trying to give up. They can't come round to terms that they've got a problem, but deep down inside they know they do have a problem.
Well said,
And
Lawrence.
it's just the same rinse and repeat, because I know what's going to happen in the summer. You know what's going to happen in the summer as well, and this summer there's going to be 2 transfer windows because of this Club World Cup. They're giving everyone 2 windows in the summer to get their business sorted out. And I can guarantee you this arsehole of a manager is going to do exactly the same thing like he did last summer and in previous summers. He's going to sit on his arse. He's going to do fuck all while every other club strengthens their teams in the same period. They'll have all their ducks lined up in a row, and he's still going to be sitting on a beach somewhere. Right? I've already seen reports that Liverpool have agreed to sign Jeremy Frimpong. They've already done that deal. We're still negotiating with Sociedad over Martin Zubimendi. I've lost count the number of times I've read headlines that says, we're going to sign Gyökeres. I know what's going to happen. They're starting to dredge up the same headlines about we're going to sign Sesko and Vlahovic again. It's going to be the same old, same old. And I wouldn't be surprised if we end up in the same situation that we are in today with nothing. And then we're going to have dickheads in the fan base say, we can't get rid of Arteta. Let's give him another year. How many one more years do we give this dickhead before people realise he can't do the job?
Yeah, it's basically that, Lawrence. Big up AFC always. I'm going to get through the chats now, mate. And I've seen enough to know this Arsenal team isn't winning anything next season, no matter who we sign in the summer. The real issue is bigger than any one player. Facts, absolute facts, mate. It's basically what Lawrence has been saying. No one's bigger than the football club. They're employees. They're all replaceable. Even Berta, but that's why I'm giving him a year. But these Arteta inners, these fuckers, they don't want to give Berta time. Why? Because he's going to be used as a scapegoat. They're not even blaming the Cronkies, bruv. It's Berta along with the board. So who's on the board now? What? Tim Lewis, Richard Garlick, yeah? They'll get the blame, not the Cronkies. But FSG, I think they're worse than the Cronkies. But the only difference is they're a proper football club. They're managed well. Hence why they won the fucking title this season. Yeah? And it goes on to this. Hang on, Lawrence. I'll just get through this and then hold that thought and then, you can say your piece, brother. Since Arteta era, Man City, so basically since 2019, Man City, 10 trophies, 9 finals. Liverpool, 6 trophies, 6 finals. Chelsea, the Chelsea that have fallen off under Maresca, when he said we're not in a title race, when they were fucking 2 points behind by January. We tell you, it's not just Arsenal. The standards of English football is in the fucking gutter. And we're the laughing stock of the Premier League still. Don't get it twisted, Igal, Christian, Stricto. I'll add Marty to that list as well. And whoever else.
He's a dickhead.
There's plenty of them. Yeah, there's plenty of them, right? The Panther era never left. Yeah? Rome never left. It just evolved and updated. Rome 2.0. aka we're still the banter club, yeah? I don't care what anyone says. If Palace, Newcastle, potentially Chelsea, Man United or Spurs, Liverpool, let's say they all win, minus either Man United or Spurs, win a trophy this season, yeah? I don't want to hear shit. You know, Man United, 2 trophies, 3 finals. Newcastle, 1 trophy, 2 finals. Palace, Crystal fucking Palace. You should be nowhere near beating Man City, even on a one-off. And for me personally, they did well. Fair play to them. Fair play to them. But the same manager that done it, 2 years, 1 trophy. 1 final since 2019, 1 trophy. Their last FA Cup final, their last major final was 2016. Remember when Alan Pardew was getting jiggy with it? Skanking in the technical area after being 1-0 up. The game ain't done yet, mate. But you see Glasner. Proper bad man. Real manager, right? Yeah? The same manager that won the Europa League with Eintracht Frankfurt. Winners, bruv. Football heritage. Best believe that. Best fucking believe that, yeah? All right? Where's our Champions League qualification trophy? Embarrassing. Yeah. It's an absolute disgrace, mate. It's an absolute fucking disgrace. Jez, the Arsenal history and more, yeah? I sent the link out to you, mate. Jump on the stream whenever you can, brother. I know you're doing your fan cams and all of that right here, right now, Fatboy Slim settings. So, yeah, whenever you're ready, mate, along with Carl. And I've sent the invitation to Carl Walsh as well. So I won't be putting the link out, at least until I know all 3 of them can either make it or 1 or 2. And then if 1 of them or 2 of them can't make it, then I'll put the link out. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I can only have 6 people on here, including myself. It is what it is. But yeah, big up, Jez, each and every single time. Like and subscribe to the Arsenal history and more. Just put it up there. Yeah, there you go. Big up on Doctor or DR, either way. Big up, brother. Big up to the panel. All smiles to finish second 3 times in a row. And our manager again talked about injuries. No fucking surprises there. And how it should not be overlooked. No, it should be overlooked. What shouldn't be overlooked is your fucking management, period. You got promoted from being a fucking head coach to manager, which means you're more responsible for the transfers, at least before Berta's come in, but you're still kind of responsible even with Berta. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? Yeah? Right? This is the bullshit. He thinks it's FIFA's fault. Yeah, oh, yeah. Blame Arsene Wenger because he's still at FIFA. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bookings off, injuries off. Yeah, Lego Head needs to fuck off. He's a scumbag. He's an absolute scumbag. Gunn said it perfectly. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. When it mattered in the season, Newcastle beat us twice. 2-0. Home and away, 4-0 on aggregate. When it really mattered. Oh, but
there's 3 times.
Newcastle and got a clean sheet. David Raya could win the Golden Glove. Fuck yourselves, cunts. Absolute fucking cunts, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sick to death of this. I really am. I'll take his words on the pitch. Any other club, and I do remember Gunn saying this on his watch along, any other club in this position would finish in a position that we cannot even dream of. This guy is a finesser. This is how you know he's a fraud, yeah? That is snake oil salesman pitch, MLM marketing and all of that, 101, right? 101. This man has no shame. Spot on. Acting like nobody can do a better job than him. Yes, he's on £50 million a year, so he's going to do everything. I mean, literally everything. He'll divorce his own wife if it means he stays 2 or 3 more years at this football club. Don't believe me? Watch. Yeah? Because Pep's wife divorced his ass. Pep's trophyless this season. And if he doesn't get it right next season, guess what will happen? He'll either leave on his own accord or he'll get potted. Because Man City have fucking standards. This is elite level football. This ain't Sunday League, no disrespect. This ain't school football, no disrespect. And I tell you what, some of them Power League, Sunday League, school football players. They can do better than fucking pillow foot. Oh, yeah, Kai Havertz. Let's talk about him very briefly, yeah? Standing ovation from a lot of our fans. Find some fucking shame. Disgrace. He's been out since February because his manager's flogged him to death, like every single one of them players. Jorginho, already mentioned earlier, given the captain's armband. Abysmal. Pillowfoot, what did he do other than get one assist? And this is why stats are bullshit. Eye test is number one. The stats are there to back up the fucking eye test. That's what it's really there for. Not to mask over bang average shit fucking ballers, prima donnas, like Wodegaard is. Like Havertz, like that fucking donkey. Yeah? Martinelli. Not been too bad today, but again, when it really matters, flattered to deceive. And he's been poor for damn near 2 years. I clocked out with him. You've seen it, Lawrence. I said it on Northside stream. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't back him. As much as I want to, I can't back him. And yes, you can say this manager's ruined him to a degree. I hear that. And I do agree with that up to a certain point. And that up to a certain point is you're on 180 grand a week. If you don't want to be there, mate, that's fine. Trossard don't want to be there. He's been poor. But other than certain periods, at least Trossard will still try and play. Even if he doesn't give a shit. Just going through the motion. Same with Kieran Tierney. Martinelli's just been shocking, bro. Absolutely shocking. Big up Gary. Big up Gary.
Because he's been played out of position. You know, I mean, Arteta's got this fetish about playing him on the wing. When everyone that I speak to knows that Martinelli's strength is being played down the middle. And we saw that when he first came to the club, when he scored that goal at Chelsea, when he fucking broke away down the middle. But this arsehole of a manager doesn't see it like this. He thinks it's best to stick him out on the wing, where he's about as much use as a bacon sarnie out of bar mitzvah for us. You know, I just don't understand this geezer's logic. He is so full of himself. I mean, I've watched his press conferences over the last few weeks, and I swear he thinks he's above everyone else. The way he spoke to that woman reporter after the Champions League, it's disgraceful.
Anita, yeah, big up Anita, and she's an Arsenal fan as well on CBS.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And then again against Liverpool last week. You know, the man is excuse my language, he's a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, you can say cunt on here, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even at 1K yet. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got a long way to go to that, but we will be there. Say cunt all you like, mate, because this is a freedom of speech channel when it comes to Arsenal and all that shit. Yeah. Go on, mate.
He is the cancer that's killing this club. You know, his man management skills, he hasn't got any man management skills at all. You know, at least I remember Bertie Mee, who was in a similar situation, but at least he had the dignity to realise that when he was in charge of Arsenal, when we were fighting to stay in the old First Division, which back then was the Premier League, he realised he couldn't take the team further, and he stood down. Not like this clown. He will never step down. He will never step down from the job.
That's why we have to force him out, Lawrence. That's exactly why we have to force him out. This guy's a narcissist, bro. He's a little prick. He's got Napoleon complex. This guy, right, and I have to say this right here, right now, Fuckboy Slim settings, yeah? Lego Head is living through these players vicariously because he was a bang average footballer at best. At best, yeah? Wenger's pet, right? Most of the players, Ramsey, Wilshere to a degree, Walcott to a lesser degree, Ozil, and then later on Lacazette, Aubameyang, or definitely Aubameyang, yeah? Can't stand him. And there's a lot of players in this fucking team, even the ones that were clapping, waving, laughing and joking, even a lot of them are sick of this manager, bruv. They just need an incentive. And how do you get that incentive? Either from the fans, the ownership, or on the pitch, a proper fucking manager / head coach. Either way, get Don Diego Simeone in the door right now. Get Simone Inzaghi in right now. Get that German who's won a fucking Saudi Champions League and all that. I think he's done the treble, yeah? Without Hilal or whatever. The one that Guns mentioned on his streams before, yeah? What phase is he in? He's 3 years younger, and he was winning at Salzburg as well, yeah? Got further than any other Salzburg manager in the Champions League. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, guys, right? What phase is he in? And for all intents and purposes, he's a good-looking guy. So is he the best-looking German that we know? Why don't we get him in? But at least he fucking wins, and he's been managing for less amount of time than fucking Arteta. But we know what the score is, mate. We know exactly what the deal is, right? These fuckers, like Agal, Marty, Stricto, what's his name, Christian, etc., they want Arteta in till the wheels fall off. Just like Wenger, but the only difference is Wenger had credit in the bank. And the irony of them allowing the FA Cup and League Cup to be cast out, chucked out of the window, like some raggedy ratchet ass hoe, as an example, right? Not all women, of course. But anyway, I digress on that point. They have to realise, and they know deep down, that the FA Cup that we won during COVID, where we beat Chelsea, what was the score? What was the score? Oh, yeah. 2-1, sorry. I almost said 2-0. 2-1. Oba got the winner. Brilliant fucking goal. Pepe would have scored if Ainsley Maitland-Niles was on side. Would have been one of the best FA Cup final goals probably since Alexis Sanchez in the 15 FA Cup final, where we won it back-to-back, by the way, where we battered Villa 4-0 against a shit manager, Tim Sherwood. Just like this manager that we've got right now. This FA Cup has kept this fucker, this useless cunt, this fraudulent little prick in a job for 6 years. 6 years. And you want to say the FA Cup's beneath us. The League Cup is beneath us. Oh, but we got to win. We're not in Europa League. Now we're in Champions League. So even if we lose to fucking what's his face, if we lose to fucking Southampton, even if results go against us, I think we still just about get Champions League. That's why Arteta's doing all of this. It's the same thing that Wenger did when we played Man City. What was it, 2016 or something like that? Yeah. 2015. Disgrace.
I've got to disagree with you on something, Natster. I've got no respect for Wenger. The moment he said that finishing fourth is better than winning a trophy, I lost all respect for the man. Completely. You know. I'm not saying he's on the same scale as Arteta, because Arteta's taken it to a new level of failure. But I lost all respect for Wenger the moment he said finishing fourth is far better than winning an actual trophy. And this is what's happened to this fan base, because they've taken it in as we don't have to win a trophy. As long as we finish in the top four this season, the top five, that's good enough, because we're in the Champions League and we can't even win that thing. So what's the point in competing in it?
I have to be real, Lance. There's no disagreement here. I agree with you. I was Wenger out when we sold RVP. That was the final straw. Yeah. But when I started questioning him was when he said that. When was it, like 08 or no, it's not 08. It was, I think it was either 09, end of 09 or 10 or 11, around that period. Because then, what was it, 2012, 13 at the start of that season, where we sold RVP to our biggest rivals, Fergie's last season, because he knew if he got RVP through the door, he would have won the league, which he did, and sail off into the sunset, which is what Wenger should have done after we beat Hull City a year fucking later. So, respectfully, mate, there is no disagreement. That was the fourth is a trophy was the beginning of the end. I had arguments with people at school that weren't even Arsenal fans. Do you know what I'm saying? One of them was a Wigan fan. You know, nothing personal against him. But look, it is what it is, mate. And I hear exactly what you're saying, bro. I hear exactly what you're saying. I just need to get into the rest of these comments because there's a few. And on DR, the same. Big up each and every single time. I don't want a Man United situation where they fire Ten Hag into the season, getting a new manager that will install a true winning mentality and not a turn the other cheek mentality. Yeah, I hear that. But here's the thing. I want this manager sacked right now. I never wanted him in the job in the fucking first place. I'm just saying what I believe and to a degree what I know what the club are going to do. Even with Berta here. Berta's just got through the door. He's a smart guy. And like Matty says, big up Matt, Southern Gooner, each and every single time, right? Berta, Andrea Mafioso bad boy Berta, mate, he's going to be setting traps. And those traps will be from the start of the season with then 2 windows that you mentioned. I didn't know that, by the way. I knew the Club World Cup was going on in the summer, but I digress. Like, till Christmas, basically. The reason why I said he'll be sacked by Christmas is because results will turn the majority of the fan base. So even all them cowards, right? All them fucking cowards that bought them shirts, that are waving the players, cheering for second place, bunch of fucking losers, yeah? They're the same ones that turned on Wenger, and a lot of them, more than you think, wanted Wenger out for longer than we've even wanted Arteta out. Or never wanted him here in the first place, like me and Guns, for example. Do you see what I'm saying? And there are others. I know you never wanted him. There are plenty of other, Jez, etc. For me, right? For me, mate, like, this is the final straw. And this will be the end of Arteta. It's the results. That Havertz signing has sealed it for me. It's only a matter of time. And that time will be at Christmas. 6-year anniversary. Thank you for getting us challenging back into the Champions League, not like any other fucking manager with any real credentials, aka Glasner, aka fucking Eddie Howe. Because I think, I don't know who Newcastle are playing next week, but they'll probably Everton. I think they'll do enough just to get into Champions League place. I think they'll do enough. They're already in Europe anyway. Why? Because they won the fucking League Cup. There we go. Like, this is the problem, yeah? This is the fucking problem with this fan base, right? They only protest when the football pyramid is in jeopardy. The football pyramid has been fucked for years. The Premier League is the Super League. We can get players on stupid wages, and we are the perfect example of how it fails tremendously. Kai Havertz, he was already on a ridiculous wage. We cut it down to 20 grand a week. I don't care. What that means is we should never have signed him in the fucking first place. Useless cunts like Edu and Vinay. Obviously, they had to fuck off. But again, it's because of Arteta. Arteta has been rustling feathers ever since he got through the door. Everyone, not just the players, including the backroom staff, the owners, Burton never liked him, and even the likes of Garlic and Tim Lewis at board level, they've had enough of him. They're just waiting for the perfect opportunity to get rid of him, which will probably be Christmas when results will go south. And they will go south, not just south of the border, they'll go real down and dirty south. Best believe that. I want to say this message to Andrea Mafioso, bad boy Berta, mate. Don't wait till Christmas. Don't give him that anniversary bullshit sent off, even if it makes you look great. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah? Right? Do it in the summer, then buy the players that we need to buy, sell the players that we need to sell, get Simeone in, get Inzaghi in. You know what I'm saying? And then we can salvage the whole season, win the league. Because even now, even with City spending 200 mil, Pep is starting to take them backwards because he's past his best. Rance has said it. Guns has alluded to it. I've been kind of insinuating that shit as well. Yeah, but they have standards. Liverpool will spend big this summer, even if it's 100 mil. That's a lot more than they spent at the start of last season, or the start of this season, rather. Sorry, to win them the fucking league. Arne Slot in his first season. What are we doing here, people? Chelsea will spend, even though the way that club is being run is nothing short of disgraceful, abysmal, shocking, all the superlatives. Villa will go again. Newcastle are going to go for it big time. You know, this is where we're at, people. And Man United, of course, will spend. Tottenham will do Tottenham shit. But it is what it is. We're relying on Man United to do the business on Wednesday. And I believe they will, because Tottenham have got no James Maddison, and other than Christian Romero, who won the World Cup. And again, there we go. That's another example, yeah? Bang average defender, but because he's in a team with Paulo Dybala, Leo Messi, Angel Di Maria at the time, proper fucking ballers, etc. You know, with a top-class manager, gets them over the line, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? That is where we're at. And yeah, on DR, spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. Big up Static. Big up Static. Each and every single time. Real one. Been back in this channel since day fucking one. Day fucking one. Like AFC always, yeah? 6 likes at the moment. Like and subscribe. I don't know if it's still 6 likes, but keep liking, keep subscribing. Elite, world-class chat. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Okay. Now, we've talked about the lap of shame a bit and all of that shit, yeah? I want to ask you, Lawrence, where do we go from here as a football club? What do you want to see Andrea Berta, Mafioso Bad Boy Berta, do in the summer to rectify this situation, with or without Arteta? Because he's the guy in charge when it comes to football operations. That's been made very clear. So how do we rectify this situation, Lawrence?
Well, apart from the obvious, which is kicking this clown out of the club, which I want done immediately, because it is a sackable offence. I want to see quality signings. I don't want to see any more experimental signings coming in, right? Because it hasn't worked for us whatsoever. You know, Marquinhos, what the fuck happened to him? Runnison, Vieira, Fabio Vieira. I don't want to see any of these experimental signings. I want to see quality, proven players, Class A players. You know, we are supposed to be one of the major forces in English football and European football. We should not be fielding players whose previous experiences are playing in the French third division and nobody has ever heard of. I want to see a quality striker come into the club. I want to see quality midfielders to provide competition for Odegaard, Saka, and Rice. And I believe we need another left back and another central defender. And also, I want us to bin Raya. I've had enough of Raya and his antics. I don't want to see my goalkeeper standing in the left back position, leaving the goal exposed. I don't want to see my goalkeeper throwing the ball to the opposition 5 yards outside his area. And I'll give you a name who I want to see replace David Raya, because I think he'd be perfect for us. Cayman Kelleher at Liverpool. I'd have him like a shot. He's 26 years old, and he can't get regular first team football at Liverpool because of Alisson. I mean, if I was Arteta, or if I was Berta, I'd be calling up what they called the F Fenway Sports Group,
Yeah,
and
FSG.
asking them how much they want, for Kelleher, because I think he's a brilliant keeper, and I think he could do a better job than Raya.
That's very interesting you say that, because I would slightly disagree when it comes to Raya being an issue. I reckon it's more the manager telling him to do that shit. However, I do think we need a number one goalkeeper. I would agree with you on that. The thing is with Kelleher, I do rate him. I do rate him highly, because Liverpool have got Mamadashvili coming in from Valencia. That's already been done, so he'll be second choice to Alisson. For me, I would only keep Raya purely because I think as a backup keeper, and especially under a different manager, I think he'd do well. I just don't see him as a number one. I think the biggest issue at this football club, other than the fans, is the manager. And we both know this. But in terms of who I would want, and we're going to start from the back, build up the spine. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll go back to front, reverse that shit. Right? So I agree we need a goalkeeper. I would go with Jan Oblak, for me personally. We need a world-class, someone who's been there and done it. I want that level of goalkeeper. You got him.
But he's 33, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's a goalkeeper, bro. Even if he is 32, 33, he's taller than David Raya. He's more experienced, won more trophies, way more trophies than Raya. And if we bring Simeone in, he can slot right in. English is good. You know what I'm saying? So there's no real communication issues. We know he speaks Spanish. I think he speaks a few other languages as well. The only other option for me, even though AC Milan have had a poor season, a Mike Maignan as an option. Like, I only really see those caliber of goalkeepers coming in. And Mike Maignan is younger. I believe he's 29 at the moment, going on to 30. And as a keeper, that's prime time age. So I hear what you're saying about Oblak. Yeah, he's 32, 33. If he was an outfield player, unless he was world class, not really sure about that. But because he's a goalkeeper, 32, 33, you got a good 3-4 years, and then you could bring someone else. You could bring a Cobble from Dortmund, who's a lot younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got rid of Emi Martinez, who we never should have got rid of. He's 32, 33, right? He's major part of the reason why we won the FA Cup. The saves he was making against Man City in particular, but even against Chelsea in the semi-final and final respectively. I don't believe this will happen, but we need basically 11 players minimum. We need to do a football manager thing. I don't care, because we need a lot of players out, so therefore we need a lot of players in. We need another right back, because Ben White ain't fully fit. You saw that today. Timber wasn't even on the bench, so we need another right back. As an example, you could get Lamptey from Brighton. You know, we missed out on Max Aarons. Remember when Max Aarons was linked to us when he was at Norwich? And then he went to fucking Everton. Again, what a waste. And then at centre-back, I would go with Joachim Anderson. Could play right centre-back. Get rid of Kivior. Get rid of Tomiyasu. If we want to get rid of Saliba, because he looks like he's out the door. So bring Joachim Anderson. Bring in Mark Guy. And then bring in fucking Jonathan Tah on a free from Leverkusen. That's 3 centre-backs. So we've replaced them centre-backs. And then as a fourth choice, even from the academy at this point, do you know what I'm saying? Nice blend of youth and experience. Tah's the more experienced one. But you've got Joachim Anderson with experience. Mark Guy, former Palace. Well, even though Mark Guy is technically Palace, but if he goes to us, it'll be the Palace partnership. Do you know what I'm saying? And then with Gabriel there, there's competition. Do you see what I'm saying? So you've got competition at right back, whether it's Lamptey, even with Max Aarons, just to push them a bit more, even though neither of them are better than, was it Timber and White, but at least there's someone there. Then at left back, you got Miguel Gutierrez and Tyreek Mitchell. Tyreek Mitchell is on a free, I believe. I get both of them, bro. I get both of them. They would both cost £25 million, 20 to 25 mil. Miguel Gutierrez from Girona. I would get both of them because we've got Tierney out the door. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I want in midfield as a backup option, right? And then obviously Zinchenko, if we're going to keep him, play him in midfield. Even Lego had started to do that, but he should be playing in midfield at number 10 instead of Wodegaard. But we'll get to that. Party, he may stay, he may go. I've always been a massive fan of Onana. We should have got Tielemans before he went to fucking Villa. I'd start looking at Alex Bayana, especially for number 10. Kefrem Thuram, so Marcus Thuram's brother, both the son of Lilian Thuram at Juve. He's a good midfielder. I'd take him. You know, and squad depth, and he pushes the party role. You know what I'm saying? Then at left wing, I'd take Rodrigo. Will it happen? Probably not. But there's plenty of options there. Right wing, well, we should have got Elise. But, we've got Reece Nelson coming back. Yay. And all that shit. 100K a week's going to be hard to shift his ass. Pause. And then up front, this is where the real options are starting to happen. This is where, if we do get all of this done, or most of this done, bigger things will be guaning. Big things will be happening, mate. In other words, right? You got Gyökeres. You got Plizaridis from Benfica. You got Sorloth at Atletico Madrid. You got Dovbyk, who we should have got, who's now at Roma. That's 4, bro. We could get rid of Lego Head 2.0, get rid of the Sweet Prince, right? Trossard will be gone. I'd expect Martinelli to be gone, and if he's not, he can sit in the stands or on the bench, either way, right? And then Havertz needs to fuck off, and then we rip up Jesus' contract. That's what we need to do. That's exactly what we need to do. Or I'll take it a step further and bring back Balogun, bruv. Bring in Jonathan David as a free. We're sorted, mate. Go on, Lawrence.
I was just saying, I thought Kivio had a good game today.
Yeah, he did. He done well. He done well.
Yeah, I thought he was outstanding. I mean, apart from Rice, I thought Rice did his usual shift. But basically, I'd build a team around Declan Rice, make Declan Rice captain for sure, or Gabriel once he's fit again. But other than that, I agree with you. Because this team needs major surgery. It does. I mean, the signings that this manager has made during his time at the club, I think he's made 31 signings, and I can count on one hand how many of those signings have been actually great signings. The rest have been dog shit.
Yeah. Exactly, man. Exactly.
I mean,
this is where we're at.
It's just he's taken this club back to the days when we were shit under Terry Neal in the early 80s. Yeah. I know you weren't around back then, Napster, but those were dark days. Believe you me.
Yeah. By the way you're talking, and JS, Kenny Ken and DJB, like it sounds like this era is worse, even though we're higher up the table. And I agree.
And the difference between back then and now is that we lost a League Cup game against Walsall. And that was the start of when the fans turned on Terry Neal, because back then the fans were real fans. They weren't these deluded dickheads who fall for this bullshit that this manager keeps spouting. The fans back then knew their football and they wouldn't take any bullshit whatsoever. And we were going on this bad winless run in the early 80s. We lost to Walsall at Highbury in the League Cup. And at the end of that game, all the fans marched outside the stadium. They stood in the streets outside the main East Stand yelling for Terry Neal's head. And to deflect the noise that was aimed at Terry Neal, the board did what they always do, is they went and made a signing. They signed Tommy Caton from Manchester City, who was pretty, I wouldn't say it was a great signing. He was pretty bang average.
Sound familiar?
Yeah, same old story. Arsenal never sacked their managers. So we signed Tommy Caton during that week. And then the following weekend, we played West Bromwich Albion at Highbury and we lost to them. Again, all the fans marched out the stadium, stood outside the East Stand, again yelling for Terry Neal's head. Again, the board ignored the fans. The following week, we were at West Ham at Upton Park. We lost that game. And the noise was too much for the board to take. And they caved into the pressure of the fans and they fired Terry Neal. But not like these fans today. No, who accept this fucking shit that this manager serves in. So that serves us week in, week out. And it's okay to play this way because they would rather see us finish second, third or fourth than actually pick up a trophy at the end of the season. And I'm tired of hearing these fans tell me, "Oh, if you want to see trophies lifted at the end of the season, go and support Liverpool or Man City instead." Go fuck yourself. You know, I seriously think these people don't have a brain cell between them to come out with shit like that. And there's one fan I know in particular, right, because she used to appear on Arsenal Fan TV when it first came out. Her name is Jeanette Faulkner. And she had a pop at me because when I started wanting Arteta out, she actually said that to me. If I want to see trophies being lifted, I should start supporting Liverpool and Man City, which shows her mentality up completely.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I mean. I don't know about you, but when a new season starts, I'm hoping to see my team win either the league title, the Champions League, the FA Cup, or the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, go for all four trophies like Klopp did.
I want to see.
That's what
I want to see I want to see silverware because nobody remembers the team that finishes runners up. Nobody remembers the team that finishes third or fourth, right? And I just wish these fans would wake up and face reality.
Yeah, exactly. We've got too many fans like that. I want to get onto this. On DR saying, from what Arteta said, the ones upstairs, I'm guessing this is from the press conference that he's doing or just did. Either way, I haven't seen it. I'm doing a full Arsene Wenger. Well, I didn't see it. But anyway, we move. The ones upstairs will do what they have to do, meaning don't blame me next season if Berta don't give me my toys. Exactly. He is an elite level finesser. No wonder he met his wife at a nightclub, yeah? Selling the dream. If you want to get girls, sell them the dream. Basically bullshit them. That's basically that this is what he's on. I'm not even joking. This is what he's on. But if we tell the truth, oh, we're this, we're that, we're the problem, we're toxic and negative and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, this is some next level bullshit. What you mentioned about that person, like, it's indicative of so many Arsenal fans that think like that. So many, yeah. So many. And I want to ask you this question, Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
Why does Arsenal Football Club have this reputation of giving managers way too much time, more than any other team in world sport? Never mind world football, world sport. Where did this start? Where does it come from? And other than sacking Lego Head, like how do we change this if we're back and forthing with these fans? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm struggling at this point, mate. I really am.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, I wish somebody would pay me 15 million a year while I do fuck all for them.
Yeah, you and me both, mate.
I mean, I can't think of any other profession that would hire somebody as a manager when they've got no previous experience of managing anything in their life and keep them in that job for 5 years when they haven't done the job they're paid to do. I mean, tell me a profession that would do that. You know, I keep using the thing about if you won a Ferrari and giving the keys to your kid to take it out for a joyride. I'll give you another scenario. This is basically, let's say you had to go into a hospital for a procedure, right? And the day before you're set to go under the knife, you find out that the surgeon that's going to operate you has no previous experience of any surgery whatsoever, and you find out that his previous job was working in the canteen washing the dishes. Would you have trust in that person to operate on you?
No chance. I'm not even big on going to the hospital in the first place. That's a whole other different conversation. But I'd rather not. But if it saves my life, and like, I don't have kids, but in the future, then you got to think about this shit, innit? But one thing I'm not thinking about is having a rookie, or not even a rookie, like just someone that just can't do the job. Period. Life in their hands, no chance.
People say to me, they say, well, Arsenal don't sack managers. It's not in their DNA. I mean, well, it should be in their DNA.
Facts.
I mean, the only managers that I remember that got the sack were Terry Neal, Bruce Rioch, and Unai Emery. Every other manager that's managed the club since I've been watching the club just resigned or stepped down. You know, I mean, what makes Arsenal such a special club that they must not sack a manager even if they're shit at doing the job? I mean, I didn't like the way Bruce Rioch was treated at the club, because apparently David Dean had already set his heart on Arsene Wenger before he gave the job to Bruce Rioch.
Oh, really? Hold on. Sorry, Lawrence. Hold that thought, right? Where have we seen this before? Remember Unai Emery? Mr. Good Evening? Yeah. Ivan Gazidis, before he fucked off? We gave Unai Emery the job, yeah? But the board, including Gazidis, they knew Arteta was going to walk in that door, through the doors, gates, whatever, of London Colney at some point. At some point. It just so happened to be that it was sooner than they expected, and we never wanted him in the first place. Sorry, Lawrence, carry on. Just had to say that.
Yeah, no, as I said, I didn't like the way Bruce Rioch was treated. I know Ian Wright had issues with him. But even so, you don't treat someone like that. And like you said, Unai Emery actually got us to a European final when the players, aka Mesut Ozil and Granit Xhaka and a few others, decided to down tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I reckon had we won that final, Emery would still be in a job today.
Exactly. He'd still be here, and who knows? We will probably be winning a Premier League. Because then, while winning the Europa League, he can demand the Thomas Parties, which in the end we got. We got Thomas Partey in the end with the wrong fucking manager. A Thomas Partey under Unai Emery. If he goes Aston Villa as an example at the start of next season, watch how they fly up the table. Watch how many levels they go up. And that's not to mention without already having Onana from Everton, John McGinn, club captain, Jacob Ramsey, Morgan Rogers, even though Morgan Rogers is more of an advanced midfielder, can play out wide, can play like the target man / false nine up front, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're going to renew or buy Rashford. They got Ollie Watkins, but he might go. Who knows? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we're at, people. At the end of the day, right? Yeah? What Lawrence is saying is absolutely right on the money, right? Right on the money. We'd have won that Europa League. Those players would have taken it seriously as a whole. Alex Iwobi took it more seriously. Then we sold him for 40 mil. To this fucking day, Deontay Wilder settings, right? That's our best sale. Yeah? You could argue the Ox, but 40 million pounds at the time, Alex Iwobi was great business. And who was there at the time at our football club? Raul Sanllehi. Whatever you think of him. Or Raul, I'll just say Raul because I always butcher his last name. And Sven Mislintat. But more so Raul, right? Don Raul at the time. Before, I believe, in my personal opinion, they outed him, used him as a scapegoat to hide their fucking dodgy dealings. Do you know what I'm saying? And then done the same thing or very similar with fucking Edu. This is why, as dodgy as he is, I still believe, especially with the Marquinhos still, I think he's a huge part of that deal and part of the problem with that. 3 million, even though it was a free signing, good relations and all that bollocks, right? I still want Edu to mud this manager. Because once he muds this manager, along with Aubameyang, when the NDA clears, Edu's gardening leave clears, all of that shit, we will finally get the truth. Because best believe, one thing Edu will do, now that he's no longer around, that narcissistic little prick, Napoleon complex, more like Napoleon Dynamite, you cunt, right? He will not allow his legacy as a former Arsenal player, an invincible at that, double winner. He's way more successful at this club than Arteta as a player and a manager. Let that sink in. He's not going to let Arteta get the best of him. No fucking way. Not at all, yeah? Not at all. Let's get on to this right here, right now, Fatboy Slim Settings, yeah? Merson said, Arteta has till Christmas. Bingo! There we fucking go. I don't get it. Now, all of a sudden, to them, the end goal is trophies again. I thought it was all about the journey with our team. Yeah, Merson's on Sky Sports for a reason, mate. And he's a Chelsea fan, but still, his team is in the gutter too. Even if they win the Conference League, from where they were, shambles. Absolute shambles. And again, lowering of the standards. Alan Smith on Sky Sports News the other day. Oh, Arteta's done a great job. Yeah, I bet you fucking do, mate. You dickhead. You were part of that team. You scored the fucking goal. I remember going back to the archives, watching that game recently on YouTube through ESPN, right? Alan Smith scored the winner that won us our last and only European trophy in the last 30 fucking years. And he says that shit. What are we doing here? What the fuck are we actually
But
doing here? Righty, another one. Keown to sell his fucking dead ass book. Disgrace.
Ray Parlour,
Yeah, another one. Shambles.
Dave Seaman.
Yeah, he's
Dave
still got to
Seaman.
pay his wife off or something with one of his divorces because that was a hefty
Yeah.
fucking sum. Do you know what I'm saying? To this day, when did that happen? What, mid noughties? Maybe before that. That's fucking 20 years, bro. Even the most toxic relationships, guys aren't paying out still that long. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, go on, Nod.
The only former Arsenal player I've still got a lot of respect for is Tony Adams, because I was watching a week ago the end of season review of the double season of '98, and somebody asked him about rebranding the team, and he said he hated that word rebranding because it's basically an admission that you've been shit that season. So, and he's spot on, because when I hear Arteta say, "Oh, we're rebranding ourselves," he's admitting that the team has been shit this season. You know, and Tony Adams is spot on. Tony Adams is a legend, who I'd spend all day with. All these others, Ray Parlour, Martin Keown, David Seaman, Alan Smith, Ian Wright, who back this clown of a manager. I wouldn't give the time of day to whatsoever, because I myself won't accept failure. I won't accept losing. Right. I just want to see this team win European Cups, Premier League titles, FA Cups, Carabao Cups. And we're not going to be doing that with this clown in charge. And for these people who once wore the shirt of this club to back this clown of a manager, I've got no respect for them.
Yeah, there's not many. There's not many, mate. Like,
yeah.
What is it?
And the other thing I wanted to mention, right? Andrea Berta. Have you ever seen a sporting director of a football club get as much exposure in the media as he's done recently? I can't remember any other club sporting director getting this much attention as this guy has.
You know why that is, Lawrence? Because they're setting up the storyline. Because they're like, even in the media, Sky Sports, TNT, when results don't go well, they'll all put it on him. Pause. They will play the blame game. The Law Woods, the Alex Scotts, the fucking even Micah Richards, and even the Jamie Carragher's that aren't even Arsenal fans, like, you know, Everton / whatever. Jamie Redknapp's, you know, fucking Roy Keane will be on it. Righty will definitely be on his ass. Pause. Like, this is where we're at. Central Man Network, big up. Like and subscribe to him. He was on my channel recently, yeah? Arsenal to get rid of Garlic Head and Tim Lewis. Well, not at the moment. And if they get rid of Lego Head, they can stay for a little bit longer. As long as we're doing what needs to be done. Do you know what I'm saying? If they delay it, then yeah, they can fuck off. They can absolutely fuck off.
The only way they'll get rid of him, Natster, is when they stand on the far side, where the players come out, the stand on the far side is empty and you can see the mosaic of that cannon on those seats. Because that's what they did with Arsene Wenger. Because they need bums on those seats all the time. And if they see any part of that mosaic of that cannon, clearly while the game's being played, they'll get rid of this clown.
There we go. There we go. Arsenal legend, mostly are scumbags and pussies. There we go. There we go. We have another guest. Big up, Central Man Network, Central Man Sports. What are you saying, brother?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, what's your thoughts with the whole discussion? You know, with Berta, you know, they're setting up the narrative. That's what we're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up the narrative so that on Sky Sports, TNT, and all over mainstream media around the world, not just in the UK, whenever we lose or drop points where we shouldn't do, aka the West Hams, the Brentfords, the Bournemouths, etc., Brighton, Fulham, those kinds of teams, right? They'll pin it all on Berta. Andrea Mafioso, bad boy Berta, mate, yeah? And Arteta's playing a very clever game. But here's the thing. He has burned too many bridges with multiple people at this football club. Multiple people, which is why I know and I believe that he will not last past Christmas. And if he does, it's either results are good or he really is the Teflon Don. Mikel Houdini, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Lego head in disappearing act form. Like the luckiest manager, the jammiest manager we've ever seen in our history. And he already is anyway. So yeah. Thoughts and feelings, bro? Talk to me.
Oh yeah, yeah. This, Thanks me. Thank you for having me on. But they blame this on Berta because I think this guy is looks like he's a legit businessman. You know, this I don't know. I'm not causing no conspiracy theory. My fear, this is likely hiring Berta is more of a decoy, but. Like I don't know, I can't really, I don't know. He'll be still there, Berta. I don't think they're going to get rid of him. I feel like this is, trying to think something. I think he pissed. I think Arteta pissed off a lot of people, man. To be honest, I think this club and most clubs around the world should never let a manager with 100% power. A manager should never got like this type of power of a club. Let's go down to the board, the chairman, president, CEO, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. He's got too much power. That's the same with Arsene Wenger. Wenger, when he was in charge, had too much power. He had complete control of the club. And I believe that led to his downfall because he couldn't focus on the team because he was doing all this other stuff. And then when they offered him, they wanted to bring in a director of football to help him out. He sarcastically said, "What is a director of football? Does he direct the traffic?" And I feel that Arteta is the same. He's got too much power at this club, right? And it's affecting him because he cannot focus on the team. He's doing other stuff as well. And it's going to lead to his downfall. I hope it does.
Yep.
I hope it does.
It will. It will. That's why I say Christmas. 6-year anniversary or whatever. Thanks, but no thanks. And he can fuck off.
To be frank, I can't wait until Christmas. The moment he puts one foot out of line, I know Berta will have his ass for dinner.
Yeah.
On the phone to Don Diego, bro, or Inzaghi. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. This man has destroyed this club in the 5 years he's been here. He's destroyed it. You know, and the fans, I know the fans have sussed him out now, and anyone who backs Arteta, you're in for a major shock, because you'll be amazed at how many fans hate this guy and they want him out of the club, and it will the toxicity will return to the Emirates Stadium. Mark my fucking words, and you'll see protests.
It's already started, bro.
Yeah.
There were fights after the Bournemouth game, which I was there with my brother. I think I told you
I
this,
heard about that.
didn't I? Yeah. And they started walking out at 79, 80th minute. And I was saying, back your manager. Trust the process. It takes time, innit? Yep. You know what I mean? Like, the same shit that they're telling us, we're going to say to them when they've had enough. Oh, so it's all right for you to have enough. But when it's us saying it from day one, it's a problem. Why? It goes beyond pettiness, and I'm extremely petty. I'm the pettiest motherfucker on the planet. The I told you so face, right here, right now, fuckboy stint settings, regardless of what I say or don't say, it's always there. Worse than the resting bitch face. Best believe that. Best believe that. But like we were talking earlier, Lawrence, it's embedded in this culture from board members that have been here way too long, the likes of Peckham and that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Tim Lewis has been with the Cronkies for ages. Yeah, Garlic was brought in from West Brom.
Yep.
With very little to no credentials. But more so very little. But still, like, it's the same fucking cycle. It's the same fucking bullshit. And I'm beyond sick and tired of talking about it because I want to win. How many trophies to Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, Man City, even fucking potentially Tottenham, Chelsea? How many trophies do you have to win? And not only that, you've got Palace winning now. Newcastle. Villa will win a trophy at some point next year. Because Unai Emery will not be there that much longer if he doesn't win something. Even with American owners, like the way that club's run, it's not all American as far as I'm aware, but if it is, my bad. But regardless of that, they have higher standards than we do. They have a squad. You saw that in the Champions League this season. Period.
I was speaking to what was the bloke's name? Who I think he calls himself Dr. Proctologist. I may have got it wrong.
Oh yeah. Dr. Seymour Butts. Big up to Dr. Seymour, yeah?
Doctor's
real one.
Yeah. Because he said, why don't we fly planes over the Emirates with banners, you know? And I said, well, they've tried that. But the thing is, there's flight restrictions over the stadium. But I would be up for that. I would be up for that. You know, I'd put money towards a banner to fly over the stadium to show this clown how us true fans really feel about him.
Fly the stadium. Sorry, fly the plane, not over the stadium. Just fly it around North London, innit?
Yeah.
Fly away games that you can. There are ways around the flight restrictions. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do that. Get the banners out. You know, fold it up into multiple pieces like they were doing under Wenger days. Because, again, Wenger had all the control, all the power at that football club. Arteta has less now, only because, ever so slightly less, in my opinion, only because of Berta. And like you mentioned earlier, just a second ago, Lawrence, Berta will not stand for his bollocks like Edu did. Edu got bullied. Let's be real, the toe sucker got bullied. A club legend, pretty much. Yeah. Regardless of our thoughts and feelings of him, he is dodgy, 100%. Same with Vinay. Garlic is kind of sitting on the fence, but again, he knows he has to deliver because he's the one that sat next to Berta when he signed the contract, innit? Which was done ahead of time because that's how this club operates. That's how most clubs operate, to be fair. And with this PR, right, I will stand on that Berta hill until we get what we need and we get what us fans over here, Guns Northside, Carl Walsh, Gunner, Shane, Rashid, Lion Tex, Views, fucking who else? Jez, The Godfather, Kenny Ken, DJB, Aaron talks football. Big up Aaron each and every single time, along with the rest of them. Back once again for the Renegade Master. Best believe that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we deserve this shit. We deserve trophies. We deserve success. We deserve ballers. Since we've been back in the Champions League, how many world-class players have we bought? Don't worry, I'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait.
I'm gonna say.
I'm waiting.
I'm gonna say about this whole Champions League. Yeah, this whole top 4 or now top 5. You know, you have to get world-class players. Where are they? We didn't trap a world-class player. Okay, since Sanchez. That's what I count. That's a world-class player. Özil, that's a bit debatable.
At the time,
Aubameyang,
because he had that one good season, and then
I say Aubameyang, that's 3.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Since then, I'm struggling. You know,
I would add Santi Cazorla to that list because he's a joke of a footballer, like absolute wizard. What a little magician he was.
Yeah.
And again, he was injuries and shit like that.
Exactly.
We haven't signed an out-and-out striker since he got rid of Lacazette and Aubameyang 3 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
And the only striker we had at the club at the time has just won an FA Cup with Crystal Palace.
Nketiah.
There you go. The King of Samunda. She's your queen to be. And all of that shit, coming to America settings and all of that.
Right, it's like
FA Cup winner with Palace.
With Palace.
Not Arsenal.
Yeah.
Palace. This is the saying Eddie Nketiah can't get in the Leeds United team on the Bielsa. And I just won an FA. It just won an FA Cup. Every time this is a trend. Every time an Arsenal player leaves Arsenal, they end up winning trophies. Like you got Kolasinac. He left. I think he won a Europa League with Atalanta. I might be wrong about this. I think Bellerin won a trophy. I think he won a cup with Barcelona.
Kolasinac did. Kolasinac did. It was Granit Xhaka that lost that Europa League final. Shock. No surprises there.
With Leverkusen. This whole crap about world class. This whole thing about world class in football. It needs to go away. It needs to go out in football.
It's part of the PR process, mate. It's literally part of the PR process. That is what this Premier League and especially this football club is built on now. Probably since '92, because we are the front runners of PR in this fucking joke of a country, especially when it comes to sport. The problem with English football. And I'm specifically talking about English football, but the whole of the UK is kind of fucked. But English football in particular, English fans, for the most part, the majority of them have no fucking standards.
Exactly, man.
They got no guts, no bollocks, no shame, no humility, none of that shit.
Yep.
And it pisses me off because they are holding this club backwards.
Yeah.
You see what happened to Chelsea, right? When you have those standards brought in by the owner, because if it's not the fans, it's the fucking owner. Josh Kroenke, even after bringing Burr, ain't going to bring the standards up. Yeah. I knew this, so it's up to the fans. And most of the fans would rather go into that fucking armory, and I'm not surprised if it was fucking full, because you see all them fucking bellends out there today, clapping, hey, waving to the fucking players that don't give a fucking shit for the most part, and the ones that do are going to piss off.
Yeah.
They're going to go, and they shouldn't go. But we are going to let them go because of how it's been run for the past God knows how long. Lawrence, how long has this club been moving like this? Too long.
Oh, fuck no. So it's been like this for God knows what. I would say like maybe 15 years now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And you've got these mugs who are willing to shell out 120 quid for a knockoff baseball shirt That's
Wet
going to
wipe.
be our shirt for next season.
140th anniversary as well. That these scumbags are
Yeah,
fucking paying that shit for.
Yeah.
Abysmal. Fucking disgrace.
yeah.
Fucking disgrace. How are these fans got the gall to fucking talk shit to me, talk shit to Guns, talk shit to Northside, talk shit to all of us, yeah? Right? And some of the people in the chat that have fucking sense, that we need to be happy with what we got. You're the same man, or at least you know certain man, right? Whether it's friends, family, or both, that are in relationships and they're just happy to be there. And they're getting dog walked, some of them. Walked all over. That ain't me, bruv. That ain't me. I'd rather be single. I'd rather be single, and I am single. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm sticking to my principles. I'm sticking to my fucking principles. What they promised us, Peter Hill Woods and all of that, we got the finances from Barclays Bank to move from Highbury to Ashburton fucking Grove. Igal didn't know what Ashburton Grove fucking was until he was told.
That was the biggest lie, man.
This is what we're dealing with.
Man.
Igal is just a wind-up merchant.
Yeah, he's just a troll.
He knows fuck all. He knows.
He knows he's chatting shit. Even Guns alluded to it. He knows that Arteta's not the one. He's just playing the game. I know it, bro. I know it.
Did you see that video where he got into a row with Southern Gooner?
Yeah, Matt. Big up, Matt. Yeah, Matt lost his shit, and he doesn't usually do that with people. Yeah. He's a very respectable guy, very knowledgeable guy, and very talented guy as well, being a photographer and all that. But he knows his football. Yeah. He used to coach and all that shit. He's probably got more credentials than Lego Head does.
Yeah.
Why isn't he in the dugouts?
Yeah.
He's not going to be, landing planes and doing all of this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, he'll probably give players a bollocking.
What's going on in here?
I mean, I've said all along, if I could ask Igal a question, I bet he couldn't answer it. I would ask him to name the 8 Arsenal managers that have managed this club since I've been supporting them nearly 60 years ago. Now, apart from the obvious, Arteta, Wenger and Emery, I doubt if he could name the others. He'd be scratching his head.
Yep, yeah, he does. He does.
I mean, he sits. He sits there with that flag behind him that looks like it's a small version of that tifo that they hung from the
base or both. Sorry.
That they hung up before the PSG game at the Emirates.
Oh, that shower curtain, bro. Oh,
that
Jesus
shower
Christ,
curtain,
man. Oh, that was beyond. That's beyond the disgrace, mate. Oh my God.
And I'm telling you this: he wouldn't be able to name 5 out of those 8 managers in the time frame that I've been supporting this club.
Yeah, I mean, this is where we're at. I will ask Igal one simple question, and he definitely won't answer this because this is what these bitches do. All of them, even that Jess chick, she knows Arsenal. She don't know fuck all because Jess schooled you because he's a godfather, long-time Arsenal fan, been there, done that, seen it pretty much all. That is football heritage. That is Arsenal Football Club heritage. Best believe that. I would ask Igal this simple question, right? No word of a lie. I'd say it to his face. I ain't scared. I ain't on that Rory Talks bollocks bullshit, right?
Yep.
When this manager gets potted, and he will get potted, just like Wenger. No, actually, it won't be just like Wenger. It'll be worse. It will be worse. Trust me. Best believe it will be worse. But anyway. When Lego Head gets potted, are you going to stop supporting Arsenal Football Club? Are you going to support Barnet? Are you going to support Boreham Wood? Are you going to support Man City or Liverpool? God forbid Chelsea. Maybe even Tottenham. You might even go and support Tottenham. North London together forever. Fuck yourself, cunt. That's what I say to that bullshit. Fuck yourself. He won't be able to answer it. You know why? Because he knows, like we all know, he's chatting shit.
Exactly.
The reason why we're bothered, the reason why I'm so animated is because I wanted to be here today talking about us winning the fucking Premier League.
Yep.
Instead, I've got to cuss out these pussyholes because we finished second and too many fans, although some of them did walk out, again, big up to each and every single one of you that just fucked off, that walked out, didn't want to even have a scream and a shout at these fucking cucks, these scumbags, these wet wipes, these fucking losers, bruv.
Yep.
They're waving to the players that don't give a shit about you, by the way. Same with the manager. Same with the hierarchy. Do you know what I'm saying? No, They left. They went back home. Why? Because they have fucking shame. They have standards. And even if some of them that fucked off were Arteta in, better late than never, but at least you fucking now know. Welcome to the community, motherfuckers.
Yep.
Welcome to our side. We're a very reasonable, respectable bunch, especially if you show a bit of humility and hold your hands up and be like, I got it wrong. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to say sorry, at least for me. But if you do, fair play. I ain't going to mock you for it. I ain't going to take the piss out of you for it. Not like a gal. Not like Stricto and Marty. Jess. Nor them motherfucking cunts.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're on the real side right here, the right side of history. We know we're right. It's a matter of time, people. It's a matter of time. There is no way on this earth, on this fucking planet, that Arteta lasts another 2-3 years. It's not happening. Because trust me, one thing that Josh won't want to happen again is an all-out brawl at the Emirates. But that's what it's going to take, so be it. I don't condone it, but we've seen this before under Wenger. It will happen again before this manager eventually gets shown the fucking exit door.
Yeah.
Did you
gets chopped out of London Colney, the cunt. Yeah, go on, Lawrence.
Did you see? Did you see he got a yellow card today for kicking a ball into play?
Well, we know we're going to beat Southampton now because he's not in the dugout. We've got AirPod out.
No,
that'll be very interesting.
He's banned from the touchline.
Yeah, he's banned from the touchline. Not landing, you know, fucking planes and all of that. You know, doing all these arm waves and all of this bullshit.
Yeah, doing his
no. None of that shit. None of that shit. Right? We're going to see a better performance and we'll win. It's just a question of how much. Mm-hmm. Honestly, that's what's going to happen next week.
Exactly.
Trust me. We're beating Southampton. Obviously, they've been relegated since January. It was only confirmed a few months ago. Yep. Their fate was already sealed. Yeah. Whereas if Arteta was manager, it would be a draw, maybe. Yeah. Or we might scrape a win in it with a shitty performance again. But AirPods Albert for the win, bruv. And I'm all for it. And I'll be trolling you motherfuckers. Yeah? For that shit. I don't care. I'm extremely petty. I'm extremely fucking petty. Because these cunts need a hiding. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Yep.
Their time is long overdue, like this wet wipe, narcissistic little prick of a manager. It's over. Igal knows it's over. They all know it's over. They're trying to save face. There is no saving face. No PR. No one that you have to lick ass or suck off, whatever. It's 2025 to each their own. Shout out to the LGBTQ, PS5 HDMI, bruv, Castillo settings, and all that shit. None of that is going to stop what's bound to happen. What's really guaning people, Mikel Arteta, a.k.a. Lego Head, a.k.a. Paella Pulis, is going to be out this fucking club by the end of the year. And if it's not, then best believe it should be by the end of the season. Because trust me, Burton's not putting up with more than 1 year of this bullshit.
Exactly.
Because he'll save himself and he'll make himself look great in front of these owners. in front of Josh Kroenke, basically. He's setting traps right here, right now, Fatboy Slim settings, right? He will go to the board because we'll probably sign Sesko. We'll get Zubimendi over the line eventually. And we'll probably get a Rodrigo or someone of that ilk on the wings.
Yeah.
There might be a surprise signing here or there. Not to me, but like a Bayana, for example.
Exactly.
You know, like a Tyreek Mitchell, Jonathan Tah, Jonathan David, you know, on threes and that, yeah? Like the three musketeers and all that shit, yeah? He'll give Arteta all his players, and then Berta will be like, look, Josh, I've given him exactly what he wanted, or I've given him the best chance to succeed, and he can't do it. He's the problem. He needs to go. And trust me, they will get rid of his Clark.
Yep.
Done this manager.
Exactly.
Done most of these loser cuck-ass fans. I've had enough of all of them. They are done. It's over. There is no more lies, no more excuses, no more bullshit, no more deflection tactics, fraudulent deception, no trying to sell the dream to me because I see through all this bullshit.
Yeah.
It's over. Game fucking over. And I'm done.
It's win or get lost. That's the end of the game. Like, yeah, it's like, you know, all this old bullshit about, oh, he needs his own players, his ingredients. That's a load of crap. You know, he can't, you know, who wants to play for Mikel Arteta? Let's be real. You know, he's can coach the players he have. You know, this whole bullshit about, oh, they'll grow together. How's that working out? Smith Rowe's gone. You know, you're basically trying to kill Saka's career. You know, so far he had an injury, like a bit of a layoff. Martinelli, he's completely dusted. You know, yeah, it's like people need to start living in fantasy. You know, start living in fairy tale world. This is the real world. We don't think like most fans. We got minds of our own. You know, it's this is not the smallest. This is not the smallest club. This is the biggest club in the not I don't say in the world. You know, but the third biggest club in England. You know, this club's been falling off the cliff for 20 years. We're not. We're trying to get back to those heights. You know, we missed out for the last 2 decades. You know, seeing like Chelsea and Man United and Man City and Liverpool and Leicester. You know, win the leagues and Palace won the FA Cup. It's just like this whole Berta. Like again, yeah, it's good to have Berta, man. You know, we've got to have that spine. You know, most of these board members are pussies. You know, and then on all these, I did a count, and also I did a comment says Arsenal legends are mostly scumbags and pussies. The pussies, they're there for the pound note. You know, because I guarantee you know, if any like Arsenal legends with standards, you know, with common sense, slagging off this club or even Legohead, they'll technically not welcome back to the club, you know, because they're not going to bring. Do you think they're going to bring Henry back and welcome Henry with open arms? No, they're going to bring players. They're going to bring like legends like Martin Keough, who's just the guy's a scum. The guy's just the guy's a puss bag, you know, sucking off. He's sucking off Wenger's dick for how many years? Now Arteta, same as Ray Parlour, same as David Seaman, then Alan Smith, you know, because they're not going to bring like ex-legends like I don't know about Gilberto Silva, you know, that's a bit debatable.
He was at the game, by the way. He was at the game.
Yeah,
along with a certain Johan Giroud, not Olivier Giroud, Johan Giroud.
Johan Giroud.
Another banger.
Like,
Gilberto wasn't the goal.
And also, like, I did like a stream on the Central Man Sports Channel about last week. You know, it's about that Trent going to Real Madrid. I just like react to Roy Jennings' video, and he's waffling
failed actor Jennings, bruv. Oh, excuse me.
You know, fell out to Jennings. You know, running his gums about this Premier League is the best in the world, and you know, and also I said a point that I brought up the coaches. Are we producing coaches in this country? I say no. Most of them came from overseas. I think the only one we're producing in this country is Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe. Most of them come from overseas.
Yeah, that's another problem.
Oh,
that's another problem.
There we go. This is what we are dealing with, guys. This is basically the be all and end of it. It's win or fuck off.
Yep.
That's all we want. Win or fuck off. And I'm not talking about that fucking dog. RSPCA, get on it. Get on it. Save Win the dog from Lego Head.
Yep.
Save him from Lego Head. Best believe that. I'm just going to go to this comment, yeah? Big up AFC always, each and every single time. Best believe that. That's the Yardman was doing his interview on AFTV and people were trying to take his hat off. Bunch of wankers. Yeah, they're pricks. Try and take this hat off. If I was there, they wouldn't dare do that shit. They wouldn't dare do that shit because if they tried, they know exactly what time it is. Just like I know what time it is with this football club, with this woeful, disgusting, disgraceful manager. Yeah? The way they treat... Yardman is his own man. He's doing well in life. If I was him, I would have fucked AFTV off ages ago. He's got his own channel. Like and subscribe to Yardman AFC. I believe that's the name of his channel. Right? Bigger things are going. Yeah? Real bad man. And a good guy as well, from what I see. Proper gent. But he says it as it is, bro. Jamaicans, if I've got Jamaican heritage as well. He's Jamaican, but I've got Jamaican heritage. Basically, we don't fuck about, bro. We don't kiss ass. We don't play ball. Unless it's on our terms. Right? That's how we're rolling. This is what we fucking do. I'm a professional. This is what I do. Do you know what I'm saying? You seen that fucking meme with fucking what is it? It's the devil French, and it's Stephen French with fucking Danny Dyer. But instead of them two, it's Pep being French and Arteta being fucking Danny Dyer in the chair, fitting his boots, bro. Do you know? Fitting bricks. Do you know what I'm saying? That is what I want to see. But instead of Pep, it's Berta, Andrea, Mafioso, bad boy, Berta, mate. Inshallah, Berta, we trust. This is what we're on right now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This is why. And look, most of the people that tune into AFTV, they're a bunch of wankers, innit? Yeah. They're dickheads, innit? Especially the ones that are there doing that shit. Fuck the lot of them.
Yeah.
Fuck the lot of them. Yeah?
Yeah.
No respect.
No respect.
Pussies, bitches.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you put it on them, they're shitting bricks. They're like Erdogan when he walked out of the Bernabeu in the second leg of the quarterfinal of the Champions League. Do you know what I'm saying? Same fucking people.
Yeah.
Give it all of that, but then outside, nada. They want to be nice to you, some of them, even your friends. Fuck off, you ain't my friend.
Exactly.
How fucking dare you come? How dare you? You deserve a slap because clearly your parents didn't raise you right. They should have slapped your ass to Kingdom Come. Disciplina in the vicinity, rude boy.
Yep.
Best believe that. Go on, Central Man. These fans, pulling Yardman, that's a bit out of order. I think they're trying to do it to shut him up. Because he has an opinion, and also really pissed me off that Robbie keeps interrupting. You're trying to say something. Oh yeah, don't get me started on Robbie. Ironically, I'm interrupting you. Sorry about that, Central Man. But that Robbie Lyle, fat fuck,
fat Albert.
Yeah. Morphin Malteser, as X calls him. X is a next generational cooker, bruv. Chefing man. Not literally, but you know what I'm saying. Trust me, Robbie Lyle, even he said a couple of weeks ago, right? He's like, if we don't win anything this time next season, he has to go. I'm paraphrasing here, I know, but that's what he said. We're going to hold him to that. Are his adoring fans going to hold him to the same standard? No, as a majority. But we will, because we spit facts. We talk sense, because we care about this football club. We care that we want to be successful. They don't. They're in it for this.
Yeah, money.
To be honest, I reckon, and this is just my theory, this is my opinion, I believe that the reason why Yardman's still on there is because he's showing how poor most of these fans are, how disgraceful, how disrespectful, genuinely disrespectful they are. He's making them all look bad, including Robbie, including Cecil, Marty, whoever else is on there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Dan Potts is cool, Turkish is cool, but other than them two, really and truly, for the most part, fuck everyone else on there. Like, I stopped watching that channel years ago.
Me too.
Years ago, bro. Yeah? Robbie Lyle, I'm not saying he's got blood on his hands personally, and this is just my opinion, but his hands are dirty. I wouldn't trust that guy as far as I could throw him. Best believe that. Best believe that.
The way he threw Claude under the bus after those comments about Son, totally out of order.
Uncalled for.
And yet
totally uncalled for.
And yet he has this arsehole, Julian, on his channel all the time. When he went on another YouTube channel and insulted the I can't remember the bloke's name, but he had a Palestinian flag on his. Was wearing a Palestinian flag.
You're talking about Saeed, didn't it? Man United fan.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it got to do with him? Yeah, what's it got to do with him? And he was trying to be fake nice about it. He's trying to be fake nice about it, but we all know that's bullshit. You can believe what you want to believe. I'm not going to get too political. Sorry, Lance, just to say very quickly. But it's his channel. He can do what he wants. I don't care if you disagree with it. If you disagree with it that much, for whatever reason, whatever side of the fence you're sitting on, why be there? Really and truly, why be there? Stick to football. Stick to facts, which you can't do. Go on.
And the thing is, right, is that Julian is funding AFTV. Right, that's why he won't kick him off the channel.
Yep.
Yeah. Poor Claude, may rest in peace, gets kicked to the curb for saying something that wasn't even offensive.
Out of context.
Out of context, right? You know, it just sums up. And also, this AFTV gives a platform to dickheads like Ty and Belgium, who haven't got a brain cell between the two of them. Right? If God had given them a brain, they'd be fucking dangerous. And and Robbie allows them to spew their bullshit on the channel. It's just unacceptable. I mean, I thought this was a channel that was for the fans, and the fans had the right to air their views. But
for the fans, by the fans. Yeah, exactly. For the fans, by the fans. That was his catchphrase. That was his slogan. I don't know if he put a T-shirt or a hoodie on it. Might have done. But either way, it's not been like that for the longest. Definitely for the past 5 years or so, give or take. Well, no, it's definitely more than 5 years. But you get what I'm saying. Like, but what you said, Lawrence, about Julian, absolutely spot on. He is minted, from what I can tell, and from what Guns is saying and all that. I don't know as a matter of fact. However, it definitely even looks like to me, personally, in my opinion, that he is there to fund AFTV, get Robbie Lyle deals, sponsorships, because that's all they care about. Get the super chats in, guys. Fuck off, you cunts. Absolute wet wipes, yeah? They're all scumbags. The lot of them. They're all scumbags, right? Yeah? If you're using AFTV for your own personal gain and to help a friend in need or whatever, Robbie don't need fucking help. Not like that anyway. Not financially. Robbie's had his own fucking TV show. He's hosted. He's been on radio
And
before, even
apparently-
before he was doing that AFTV thing years ago. He was a Crucial Robbie, bro. You know, he's a reggae artist. That's a fact.
And apparently, Napster, Robbie is a Luton Town fan.
Yep. Fake
Did you
fan.
know?
Whoa. Yeah. He brought on his cousin. He brought him into the game. Fucking flex. United fan. From Luton as well. You see the connections, people. You see the fucking connections, yeah? It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's how you get up the ladder. Among doing certain other things, which I will not mention on this channel.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. But at the same time, right? Julian is not sincere. Him, Robbie Lyle, Jess, Roy Talks Bollocks, Christian, Igal, for damn sure, Stricto, Marty. They are the most disingenuous motherfuckers, right? They're smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. That's what they're on, bro. Big boy tune as well, yeah? Proper tune. If you know your fucking OJs, yeah? You know your music. That's what it is, bro. Real shit right there. They're backstabbers. And a lot of those fans, like the ones that are trying to take Yard Man's cap and that's not the first time they've done that shit, by the way. They're backstabbers. They're bitches. A lot of them. No respect. No fucking respect.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't want to be around them on a night out. Fuck that shit. I'd rather be around family. People that I love, care, and have respect for. If you're good to me, I'm good to you. It's a very simple, if you want to call it philosophy. I don't. I just see it as common sense. It's just how it is with me. If you fuck with me, I'll fuck with you. If I don't, then get out of my face. Watch this space and get out of my space. Best believe that. Like, I want peace. I want to be left alone. But these guys don't want peace. They'll act like they do. They'll insinuate they do. They might even explicitly say they do. They don't want peace. They want war. The only difference is they're not fit in mind, body, or soul to fight this war. They are losing this war. They've won some battles, but when it matters, just like this football club, always fall at the final hurdles, right? We will win this war.
Yep.
It's a culture clash war of standards versus pretenders. Scumbags, cunts, wet wipes, you name it. We're the standard bearers. They're not. We care about this football club. They don't. And some of them don't even support the football club. They're just there for financial reasons, to get deals over the line. Like I personally believe Julian is. And I know you do as well, Lawrence. So, yeah. Go on. Talk your shit.
At the end of the day, Master, Arteta's a failure. He's just a loser. No trophies at all. He can't coach 'cause he's a fraudster. My heart is yearning for this clown to go.
That's what should be ringing round the fucking Emirates, the carpet. None of this North London together forever, yeah? Do they even know what that song's about to this day? Because I'm convinced there's some of those Arteta sexuals, inners, whatever you want to fucking call them. You know? No standard motherfuckers. Jim Jones worshipping, Captain Black looking ass worshipping motherfuckers. Yeah? They should know, but they don't know. Get to know. Dickheads. The lot of them. Brilliantly done, Lawrence. Brilliantly done. Like, but again, yeah, we don't have to put up with any of this shit. Just like in life, you get treated how you deserve. In other words, what you're willing to put up with. If you're not willing to put up with bullshit or any other shit that degrades you, that goes against what you think, how you feel, what you believe, whatever, right? Even though facts ultimately doesn't care about feelings, but either way, to each their own, it is what it is. You have a choice. Don't act like you can't just get up and leave. Find better. Do better. These guys have no fucking motivation unless it's money, because they have no morals. They have no ethics. They have no shame. And most importantly, they have no fucking respect. Look at how disrespectful Jess has been, as an example. Disrespecting Jez. Literally, East Stand lived opposite the fucking football club, Highbury, where we should still be right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim Seconds. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you disrespect the Godfather? Someone who's been there, done that, seen it all, knows people, got the credentials, got the battle scars to prove it. He said it himself, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he's a fucking legend. He cares about this football club. Even though he hasn't been for a while, it doesn't matter. He's been to more football games, like yourself, Lawrence. He knows more about Arsenal Football Club, as well as you, Lawrence, DJB, Kenny Ken, etc., than I ever could. But I know, in my 30 years of living at this moment in time, that there was life before the Premier League, aka before 1992, before 1996, and definitely before 2019.
Yep.
It is Arsenal FC, not Arsenal FC, and right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim Settings, not Arteta FC.
Exactly.
We don't need to run this shit back. More like back once again for the Renegade Master. Best believe that. We are here, 2 live viewers, peaked at, I believe it was 7 or 8. And this is how long, that these fuckers want this manager here. Another 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be here another fucking second.
Yeah.
And then you got all these cunts, right, that talk about, oh, I'm balanced. Oh, I'm a respectable, and Guns mentioned it the other day. I saw one of his streams with Normski, the likes of Harry Sameu. And who's that other? Was it Tom Canton, innit? Yeah? They're journalists now. Mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And he said their opinions are invalid now. They don't matter because you can't say what you really think. Spot on. 100% facts. I'll never be invited to a press conference. And to be honest, I don't want to. Because there's no point if I can't say the shit that needs to be said. Not just for my sake, but for your guys' sake, the elite level world-class chat, and for the fans, for the football club, because we care. We want to win. We don't want to lose. That's it.
Because they screen the call, they screen the questions before he comes on stage. Because if you've got a question that's going to piss him off, you're not going to be able to ask him that question.
Yeah. Same old shit.
That's what they do. It's all an act. It's a circus. It's a pantomime.
Oh yeah. It's definitely a circus. That's for damn sure. That is for damn sure. Like, I am beyond fed up of these fans, loser fans. I'm putting it all on the fans, other than Arteta, of course. Pause.
Yeah.
And this ownership. Because at least Josh Kroenke realised that we are in deep shit with PSR. Even though we're in the green, with all the merch, with all the sponsorships, TV money, all other incomings, you can go on Company's House, that can be proven. But when it comes to the wages, we are royally ass fucked.
Yep.
We are done out here. That's why I brought Berta in, because he has a CV and he knows what he's fucking doing. And we needed him in from the get-go. Because I'll tell you what, if for some strange reason, and stranger things have happened, not just at this football club, but in football, in sport, in life in general, if this guy goes, similar to how Sven Mislintat goes, or even Raul, trust me. Trust me, it's going to kick off. It will kick off. Because then that proves, without a shadow of a doubt, that this manager is beyond fucking help. This manager has got way too much power. He's a psychopath anyway. He's a scumbag. He's a wet wipe. He's a narcissistic little prick.
Yeah.
And he has to be removed by hook or by crook. gone way too far. We cannot afford for Berta to walk out right now. And Josh knows this. Tim Lewis knows this. And even Garlic knows this. Those three have to fix up.
Yep.
They better give Arteta what he wants. Because then we know Arteta's going to fail. And when he does fail, sayonara, motherfucker. Bye.
Yep.
P45.
Yep.
That's what this fucker needs. Not support. Well, guys, we need the connection, guys. We need the support. The light bulb moment is here for us, guys. Let's freaking go, guys. Let's squeeze all the lemons that we can. Buy all the lemons from the fucking market. Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Get the fuck out of here. All that bullshit.
Yeah.
You need a straight jacket.
Yeah, straight jacket.
He needs to get section, bruv. This guy is beyond mentally unstable. I'm just pissed off.
Yeah.
I'm all right here. I've just had enough.
Yeah, it's like...
That's why I'm bothered. But this guy is beyond a maniac.
Yeah, he's a maniac. He's a sociopath.
Need to hold investigations on his ass. Pause.
The only other hope we've got, right, and I hate to say this because I'm not that type of person, is if Stan croaks it. Because I know for a fact Josh wants to sell this club. Because when Stan bought this club, it was his son who tried to talk him out of buying it.
Oh.
So I don't know if you remember that when Kroenke Senior wanted to buy this club in the first place. His son didn't want anything to do with that.
Yes, so buy it outright in 2018, yeah?
Yeah.
So like 100%. Yeah. Okay.
So all we can hope for is that one day, when Stan pops his clogs, right, Josh will wake up and sell this club to somebody who actually cares about this club, like that geezer from Spotify a couple of years ago.
Oh, what, Daniel Ek?
Daniel Ek.
Yeah.
I think the reason why that didn't happen, and there was also a reason why he was sitting next to Patrick Vieira and Dennis Bergkamp, proper legends.
And Thierry Henry.
Proper men.
Yep.
Yeah, and Thierry Henry. The only reason why I think that didn't happen, just before you go on, Lawrence, is because Daniel Ek doesn't have the equity. He don't have that level of money to buy Arsenal Football Club. Not on his own, anyway. He needs more... investors. You see what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I don't know. I mean, he put he put in a £300 million bid in for the club.
Yeah, I know. I think there was also a second bid. It was like a 1.1 billion or something, which wasn't going to be enough. Yeah.
So, but as I said,
there you go.
That's what we've got to hope for. That Stan Kroenke. Because I think he's pushing 80 now. He pops his clogs, and his son puts the club up on the market.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to lie. I would love to have, whether it's an Arab owner, an African owner, an Asian owner, or European owner that actually just gets it. I don't even give a shit where they're from, for the most part, unless they're American. But even then, like, the chances of us getting a proper American owner is slim. Aston Villa kind of hit the jackpot with their American owners thus far. And I say those key words, thus far. Do you know what I'm saying? They're a minority. Yeah. But most American owners are like our owners. FSG. What was the other one? Okay, yeah, because you got Man United with the Glazers. I know obviously like Jim Ratcliffe is taken over, but the Glazers are still there. Do you see? Do you see what I'm saying? Those kinds of owners, right? And then obviously Bowley at Chelsea. Yeah, those are the American owners that I don't want. So unless they understand what they're getting into and accept from day fucking dot that they don't know shit about football and that they get the right people in, well, we kind of are getting slowly but surely the right people in place. We just need to get rid of most of these board members. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get rid of Peckham. Get rid of all these other OAP motherfuckers who are there for dividends to pass down from generate. That needs to stop. That's a big reason why this club is being held back, and this has been going on since before I was supporting this club, since before you were supporting this club, Central Man. Around the time that you were supporting this club, Lawrence, like the reason why it was masked for so many years, and this is my belief, and if you have a difference of opinion, guys, no worries. You know, this ain't an echo chamber, but why I think that's the case, why they've been here all these years, is because it's Bank of England settings, right?
Yep.
It's a club, and we're not in it. Shout out to George Carlin for saying that real shit.
Exactly.
But yeah, like this is why we're run how we're run. All that success that we've had at Highbury papered over those cracks. But when Wenger took full charge of the club, when Stan Kroenke was like, yeah, here's £10 million a year to sell your soul and to lower the standards, Wenger was like, okay. He didn't even say, look, you know, no, he just took the money. Yeah? Arteta took the money as well. Do I blame Arteta for taking the money? No. I blame the Kroenkes and I blame the board. And when I say board, I mean the Peckhams, etc.
Yeah.
And we had that horse racing fucker that was on our board for way too long. Didn't give an ounce of a shit. What was his fucking name? That horse racing loving fucker. Chips Keswick, wasn't it? Yeah. Chips Keswick.
Yeah.
Likes of them, man.
Yeah.
They all need to fuck off along with him.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue, along with the fans, and then obviously Stan Kroenke. And if it is true what you're saying, Lawrence, because this is the first time I'm hearing of it, that Josh actually wanted to sell it and tried to talk Stan out of buying the club in the first place, then maybe Josh had more standards all along. Well, compared to his father, but I'm saying this very loosely, compared to his father. But in terms of other owners, hell no. Oh, in terms of other, you know, the Arab owners and all that, as an example.
Talking of Chips Keswick, right? What pisses me off about him, right? What pisses me off about him is number one, when Kroenke stole the shares of all the shareholders so he could get 100% ownership of the club. They had a meeting with all the shareholders, and the shareholders wanted to question Kroenke what his plans were for the club were. And Keswick said, if you wanna talk to the chairman, buy a newspaper. That's what pissed me off. And then when Keswick died, I can't remember when, I think it was a couple of years ago.
Oh, he died? Oh, shit.
He passed away a couple of years ago. They put up this fake obituary about how much he loved the club. He couldn't give two rat's asses about the state of the club. Because he got interviewed on ITV at a horse racing event, and he told them that he preferred horse racing to football. And they put this fake obituary when he passed away about how he loved the club and Arsenal ran through his face. What a bunch of bastards.
Yep, scumbags.
The lot of them. But this is this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with, people. Like, we've been going for 2.5 hours. I will wrap up shortly, but big up to everyone that's been watching, liking, and subscribing. Thank you to both our guests, Central Man and Lawrence, for giving up their time, because they don't have to be here. Neither of us are getting paid to do this shit.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? We are here because we fucking care.
Yeah.
Unlike Chips Keswick. I didn't even know he died. But also, there were other previous shareholders that were on the board at Arsenal, especially during the Highbury days, but also a little bit at Emirates era, start of Emirates era, when they sold all their shares to fucking Kroenke. They bet on the wrong fucking horse. Who was that lady? Something Smith or some shit.
Bracewell Smith.
Bracewell Smith. Yeah, Bracewell Smith. She was like, oh, I deeply regret putting the club in this situation. I'm paraphrasing here, but like, I regret giving my shares to the Cronkies. No, you fucking don't, cunt. You're a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very convenient. How fucking convenient saying that shit now. You're no better than Chips Keswick.
Exactly.
You're no better than Peckham, who's still here.
Mm-hmm.
Who's still fucking here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know,
Yeah.
the likes of Igal, they don't understand how this club works. I understand how this club works better than all of them fuckers. But at least I'm humble enough and I have enough self-awareness and enough shame and enough humility and respect to understand that the likes of Lawrence, Ches, Kenny Ken, DJB, legends, and you can even include Lee Gunner and Northside. We understand what this club is about. We understand how it's run. We know the history to varying degrees. Obviously, Jez knows the most, hence why he's the godfather. But you see what I'm saying? This is a community that truly cares about this football club. We want our team to be successful. That's the bottom line, people. We don't want this club to fall to the wayside because give it 5 years. If it keeps going on like this, Man City will overtake us. Chelsea might overtake us as being the biggest club in London. And that's already debatable in of itself, and it has been since they won the Champions League, especially twice. How many more Champions Leagues or European trophies do they have to win? How many more trophies do Liverpool and Man United have to win? City. Newcastle winning now. Villa will win again. Forest. What are Forest doing? Their owner was on the pitch in their last game, having a go at fucking that Greek owner, having a go at fucking what's his face? Nuno.
Yeah.
Yeah? Standards. And
Standards,
they have
man.
2 stars. Do you know what that 2 stars means? 2 fucking Champions Leagues. Villa's got 1. Chelsea's got 2. When are we going to win a European trophy? That's why I was gutted when we lost to Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I was seething. But apparently I'm toxic and negative. Apparently I'm getting hot and bothered because I'm losing my mind. No. All of you fucking Arteta inners, Jim Jones, Captain Black looking ass motherfucking worshippers, idol worshippers, yeah? You're the problem.
Yeah.
We're not the problem. You are the problem. And I'll end it at that. And on that bombshell, I think we're gonna call it a night, guys, because otherwise, I'll not collapse, but I'm spent with energy. You know, if all of the players, most of the fan base, most of the board members, or all of the board members, including Josh Kroenke, and of course this wet wipe scumbag of a manager, if they had as much passion as I've been showing, what you've been saying, Central Man as well, we wouldn't be in this shit. So Lawrence, I'm going to start with you, bro. Yeah. Let me know where they can, or let us know rather, where all their social handles and all of that. What you got coming up?
Yeah.
You know, big up. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, bro.
You're welcome.
Each and every single time. True legend. Been an Arsenal fan since 1968. Arsenal Football Club. Football heritage, mate. What are you saying, bro?
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, as you can see on the screen, I can be reached at this Instagram address. Once a Gooner, always a Gooner. I don't have a YouTube channel myself, but if anyone wants to add me on, I'm available. I do Aaron's show on a Friday. I also appear on Shane Gooner, Bruised Banana Show. Why he calls it Bruised Banana, I have no idea, because I've never seen blue triangles on a banana myself. I really get wound up when people call that away kit the Bruised Banana. Sorry about that. As it also says on my screen, in Arteta we rust, because that's how we're ending up. We're rusting away under this manager. And to all you deluded AKB ostriches that worship this dickhead, swivel on that.
That's what we think of you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly, Lawrence. Big up your damn self each and every single time, my geezer. Fridge freezer and all of that. Yeah. Central Man Sports, yeah? What you got coming up, my brother? Thanks for jumping on stream. Had you on last time, you know what I'm saying? So you're starting to become a regular, along with Lawrence as well.
Yeah.
Big up, my G. What's going on with your damn self?
Oh yeah. Okay. So you can find me. You can see on the screen right now, Central Man Sports, and yeah, I got more on mostly on the sports channel. I'm trying to grow that sports channel. You know, I've been doing the main channel for like 6 years. You know, I'm trying to grow this channel now. But about in 2 weeks, you know, I'm doing a watch along of the 2025 Champions League final between PSG and Inter Milan. Plan to do this similar to right now, like a call-in show. That'll be next season. You know, I'm planning to do some watch along next season, not just in football, but we've got the rugby coming soon this summer with the Lions tour in Australia.
Big up. I'll be doing videos and streams on that as well, and plus with Bath. Sorry to interrupt, but
that's okay, man.
Go on, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some rugby stuff. You know, like it's not. You know, it's
that.
like that. It's called Central Man Sports for a reason, not Central Man Football. Trying to like some variety. American sports. That'll be maybe, but it's on stupid times, you know, and then that's it.
So what's your channel? Because I'm gonna put it in the title if I can.
Yeah. You can find me Central Man Sports. And also subscribe to the main channel, Central Man Network, as well.
Central Man Sports. Does it fit? All lowercase. I think I've got that right. Let me know, mate. Let me know. Just give me a sec. Oh no, I can't do it. No.
Let me do it. Actually, I think you can. Actually, I think I post. I think it's on my. You can.
Just put it. Just put it in the chat. Yeah.
Put it in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Yeah. Put it in the chat.
And the. Oop. Budget. Oop. Did it? Oh, I did. Sorry, I didn't copy it. Wait.
No worries. I'm gonna put Lawrence's handle in the chat as well, so you can follow him on Twitter and Instagram. So I'm gonna get this right as well.
Oh.
Yeah, apologies. I couldn't put your channel in the. Oh no! Actually, no. It's up there. It's up there.
Really?
Yeah.
I posted it on my post. It's on my main channel. I put it in the post. Subscribe to my main channel, and you find it.
Yeah. Nice one. Yeah, but I've got. Hopefully that link should take people to your channel, Central Man Sports. If I had enough room, I'd put both the channels in there, but that one should take you to the other one, your Central Man Network as well. So either way, all love, all good. And I'll end it on this, right? I'll have a stream scheduled for Tuesday. We'll be going into the fact that we'll probably batter Southampton. It won't be a preview as such, but it will be basically just like sort of similar to this stream, just like an absolute disgrace. I want to try and get a few other people on as well, because Carl Walsh wasn't able to make it today. Jez, I want to get Aaron on again as well. Rashid definitely needs to be on my channel. But if he can. And am I missing anyone? Because I mentioned Jez and Normski if you want. But I sent him the link. But it is what it is. But at some point, what I might actually do as well with the Tuesday stream, I'll probably go into Bath rugby season because I support Bath. I used to play rugby, not high level, but I was close to getting like academy level and all that shit. I think I mentioned that to you before as well, Central Man. But I'm not as big as I used to be, but I follow Bath rugby to a lesser degree than I follow Arsenal Football Club in it. But they're my teams in it. And Bath, the top of the Premiership. They've already won a trophy, the Premiership Cup, which is basically the equivalent of the League and FA Cup rolled into one. What phase are Bath rugby in? They've already had a successful season because they won a trophy. But they're the favourites to win the Premiership. And I will be there. Premiership final. So, I should be. Either way. But I was there last year when Bath narrowly lost to Northampton. We were down 14 men, seeing as it is a 15 game, unlike League where it's 13. But there will definitely be some Lions talk. There will be some Bath talk, especially when it gets closer to semi-final, final time, which is pretty much around this point. So, it won't just be about Arsenal, be Bath, and then going on to the Lions. The squad has already been announced. Like, that was announced probably nearly a month ago or so now, or at least a few weeks ago. So at some point, we'll talk about that. And, it will be a preview for Southampton game on the Friday. It will be, I might do a stream on Saturday. If not, I will stream on the Sunday. Match reaction after the game against Southampton, after probably battering Southampton because the manager ain't on the touchline. Thank fuck for that, AirPod Albert for the win. Big up, AK. Big up. I've been on stream with this guy before. Much love and respect to you, brother. And like and subscribe to me and to Central Man Sport, Natster Official, YouTube and Instagram. Let me know what you think. If you want to put a comment, share if you want. And we are out, people. Lego.